everybody. Welcome to the Samurai Funploo podcast featuring Molten Garnet, Roronoa Rachel, Lloyd Sheffield, and Captain Raian.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I need to have everybody muted. Thank you, Matt.
I'm going to go record Fun Piece.
Yeah, have fun. Enjoy.
Send my email.
Water 7.
It's so good.
Bye, man.
You too.
Thank you. Oh,
Water 7 makes it all worth it.
yeah. What a
All right,
mensch.
Go pee.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Thank you. I'll be right back. I swear.
All right.
Would it be funny if Matt was like at the urinal next to me, like he had to pee too? Right before he left? That's where the only footage of the cooking episode is preserved.
I don't even know it's there anymore.
Oh, sad.
Are you kidding?
No, I haven't checked.
Did you hear that, Matt? It's on like an SD card,
And
and he's not sure where it is.
somewhere.
I will go
I
there.
think I have my footage somewhere. Don't worry.
Okay,
I think
okay.
it's somewhere. I think I have it on my big SD.
We love you, Matt. We love you, Matt.
We love you, Matt.
Absolutely. Have you ever, not have you ever, remember the scene in Man of Steel where Michael Shannon as Zod was like, I will find him? That's how I feel with the SD card. I will find him.
I did not see Man of Steel.
Good. You don't need to.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
Matt told the story about how he watched it at the drive-in, and he was very upset by, spoilers, the ending, when he snaps General Zod's neck.
Yeah.
Because Superman doesn't kill, and yet in this movie he killed. And Matt
Everyone
just stood up in the middle
kills
of the
He just
drive-in
kills
in the
and was like,
Snyderverse.
what the hell?
I just
Okay.
I boosted it a little bit.
Tell me if I made this memory up. Do you remember an
back to the way
anime?
it was.
There's an anime out there with a guy with like facial hair that he can grow at will and like use it to like.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, bo.
Yeah. Yeah, we were singing the intro to the fighting game.
Okay, I thought
Everybody's
you
favorite
was
fighting game.
riffing.
All right, no.
Boost Devin a little bit.
Boost Devin. All right,
I don't know.
Devin's boosted.
You don't want to do that.
Okay, I think that sounds good.
I think we're both a little.
It's like
boosted.
when you accidentally boost the Lucio in Overwatch, and then he hits speed boost.
Don't get Captain Raian started on Overwatch.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Can you believe they took away the PvE stuff?
They added it back, but then they had the balls to charge $15 for it.
I know, right?
What, and that was the whole like concept of the game.
Yeah,
in the
they
first
took out all the
place.
good stuff and then said, "Hey, we're
Oh,
gonna give you a
man.
watered down version of it. Also, you have to pay us $15 for it."
Okay.
But at
This is bullshit. I didn't even play past Ash. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even play past Ash, but whatever.
it's okay. They just added Lifeguard Mercy, so I kind of forgive him.
Okay. Also forgiven Blizzard. Activision Blizzard.
You ever played with the sound effects?
I don't know if
You can get sound effects on this thing?
There are built-in sound effects.
Like I can
So-
modulate my voice?
Oh, I don't know about sound
Not
effects like
like
that,
that.
but like you can have a
Not
studio
like that.
applause and like wah, 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 wah.
After
Oh,
every
that's
joke, I'm gonna need you to hit that applause for me.
There you go.
Oh my god! So it's kind of like a what's it called? A Stream Deck or an Elgato?
Yeah. This is basically just a big
This
stream
is
deck.
the Roadcaster.
The
The Roadcaster.
I like how
The
small it
Roadcaster.
is.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not. It's
portable.
very non-intimidating.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. I like it.
Unintimidating? What's the right way?
Hold on, you gotta hit the other one and
Oh,
see
no.
what we got.
Unintimidating, right?
Okay, don't hit that one again.
Yeah. Do you have the Vine Boom sound effect, please?
There we go.
Yeah!
All right, so the purple one is gonna be the sad horn. That one's gonna be studio applause. That's a laugh track. We don't touch the right side.
It's yeah. Why is the right sound so bad?
Please, I need that boo sound effect.
Okay. That's not
Okay,
bad.
okay.
All right.
Have you seen the subreddit r/perfectly cut screams?
Yes.
Yes.
That was perfectly cut boos.
Talk into your microphone,
I'm sorry.
Devin.
Come on.
All right.
All right.
I'm ready.
Okay. I forget if we have. Oh God, it's starting. Okay, let's go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of
Fun Fleet Podcast, baby, featuring Devin and Christian.
and Roronoa Rachel and
And
our special guest, Captain Raian.
Yo. You gotta hit the blue button.
Hit the blue button, please.
Thank you, everybody.
Roronoa Rachel is also a special guest, of course, but she's a future guest.
As well.
Yes.
This is like
This is her trial.
This is like when Blackbeard shows up in One Piece. It just has like a little preview of what's to come later.
Exactly. You're good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Devin.
So, before we get into a little bit more discussion with our guests, I should say, what is today's episode? What are we doing?
The name of the episode is episode.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Today's episode of Fun Fleet Podcast in our Samurai Funploo arc. That's how we say it, by the way.
Okay.
This is the weed episode.
This is the weed episode.
AKA
I don't know. What are we calling it?
Space.
Oh,
wait,
Space Lion.
The Space Lion episode.
That's what we refer to it as.
This is the Space Lion episode.
And I guess we should be clear that it is perfectly legal and perfectly recreational, in where we live. In our state.
In our state.
Yes. And Roronoa Rachel's gonna drive me home. So.
Yes. So, where was I going? Oh, and this being, I know.
It's gonna be a good episode.
This being our weed episode, half of this room is proficiently high right now.
Yes. And the other half isn't. And which one is which?
Yeah. It's us. It's your hosts.
That's surprise.
Surprise. And our other two are here. Well, Ryan is our guest. We're going to be doing a bit of an interview with him. But we also have an impromptu guest in Roronoa Rachel.
Yes.
Which is very exciting.
Yes. Happy to be here.
But we're not entirely certain on our ability to host this podcast.
We shall see as time goes on.
So they're also here to keep us in check.
Yeah. They're here to drag us up by the scruff of our necks and just stop hitting record.
Well, I was going to ask Captain Ryan, have you seen this episode?
Yeah, so I watched this episode last night.
Oh,
Cool.
perfect.
So
just like us.
Yeah.
I have not seen it.
That's okay.
Oh.
Okay.
But it's always
Okay.
cool to get like the opinion of someone who's like not informed.
So if you derail it, Ryan, it's up to you.
Okay, and last night I was thinking, like, having watched or listened to some episodes of the podcast, I'm thinking, like, should I take notes, like, while I'm watching this episode?
Yeah.
They got it, it's fine. But then today I realized, they're gonna be high.
So Captain Ryan is not high, and this is a Christian podcast, by the way.
This is a Christian
Yeah,
podcast.
no fricks or hex.
Yeah.
So I'd like to talk to our special guest for a moment here. So we're not going to get into why you're here, because it's funnier to think you just kind of dropped in from space.
True.
I just showed up.
Yeah.
Captain Ryan, in his
He
spaceship.
was like, well, he's a captain. We got to let him in.
Yeah. So Captain Ryan. Oh my God, there's a camera. Anybody else remember that there's a camera
You keep
here?
forgetting that
Yeah.
you look slightly to your right and you go, oh, crap.
So, Captain Ryan is a famed and esteemed YouTube legend.
It was a big get.
It really is. YouTube legend in the manga tuber space.
I think it's more of like a myth at this point. I haven't uploaded in like 6 months.
Yeah, we just found him.
He was wandering the streets.
Like right before we started, we were just like smoking on the side of the road, smoking the Space Lion, and he just kind of like came by, and we were like, "Dude, want to talk about Samurai?"
He was like, yo, you look pretty chill. Come hang out.
Oh man, yeah. So glad to have you here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Is there anything you'd like to say about your time as a YouTuber?
Anything I'd like to say? I miss it. I haven't done it in so long. Yeah, I miss it. I want to get back into it. I want to come back, and I want to come back big, but I don't know how yet. So I'm kind of like on hiatus right now, which I do manga YouTube content, right?
Yeah. Tell us, like, in a minute. Tell us about that in a minute.
Yeah, so I do manga YouTube comment, and so when you think about something like the greatest manga series, what do they all have in common? Really long hiatuses. So, like, I don't know, maybe it's appropriate.
It's like BBC Sherlock.
Yeah.
Right. Only the greats have
Only
one.
the great.
I'm kidding. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I do manga. Well, I used to. I haven't done. We've established that. Manga YouTube.
It hasn't been that. Well, in the
It feels
YouTube,
like it's been that
in the
long.
YouTube space, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah. So manga content. Talking about series that I like. I did a bunch of like hauls where I would like buy a bunch of manga on sale and then kind of show them off, share why I bought them, how I got into them. I do like first impressions, some reviews, which I kind of want to move away from the reviews. They were tedious to make. I think I've done some like manga shopping, like the hunt for a specific series or something like that.
Yeah.
So just anything.
The hunt for the Red October manga.
So just anything like
Good one, Dev.
manga.
Stupid. I hit the boo button.
Green. Yeah.
Yeah, just manga. So
And our fourth guest is Roronoa Rachel.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have like another guest. This is so cool.
I know.
Mhm.
It's usually just us in a dark room together, so other people joined us.
This well lit.
Actually, is this the first time we've had the lights on?
oh yeah,
you wanna
might
hit- you wanna
probably
hit-
wanna hit him. Oh
But there's the camera.
oh.
Ah, see, you keep forgetting
yeah.
about that camera.
Forgot about the camera.
It's usually dark.
It's
It's
believe it or
usually
not,
dark.
it's usually dark in here.
That's
It's
usually the
kinda
only lighting.
nice.
Yeah, it's like mood lighting.
Yeah. Aw.
To record our,
Oh,
our
well.
podcast together.
I guess we should probably leave it on.
Is this the first time you guys have had guests?
Yeah.
Well, technically, Jamie was here at the very first episode.
Right.
But he didn't even have a mic, I don't think.
No, we just
He just
re-
buttled in.
referred to him off camera.
Yeah.
And he was only here for like 5 minutes. And then we talked a little bit with Maxie.
Maxie filmed a promo, I
Yes,
think.
Maxie, yes. And so we've had like 5-minute guests. We broke the record for our longest staying guest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had the biggest get of the century, but we can't talk about that yet because I don't know how we're gonna use it.
yeah, we'll see.
Sorry, I'm still writing my email.
Oh, let her write her email. The
No,
fun
no, no,
piece.
it's okay.
Okay. Well, just
I
one
have a good
thing.
train of thought. Yes.
You were also a player of Improv Cape Cod.
Very briefly,
She dabbled.
and I did really like it. I'm
Then
not
that
an
will be,
improv
that
girly.
will be stricken
Not that she didn't like the
from-
people. She didn't like doing improv.
Oh
She's a
no,
scripted
I
actor.
love everyone. Everyone's my friend
Yeah.
via Devin for like over 3 years now. I love everyone in Improv Cape Cod, formerly of the
New Classics
New
Company.
Classics Company. I am just not an improv girly. I am a theater girly, but I don't like improv at all.
More
It
of
scares me
more
a
of a
lot.
script actor.
Yeah.
Instead of just coming up with shit off the top of the
Understandable.
head.
I'm not
Yeah.
very funny. I'm not off the cuff.
think
I
you're
like
funny.
watching improv and I like watching it across the hall here, but
Yeah.
other than that, mm-mm.
Understandable.
Mhm.
Understandable.
Understandable. Understandable. Have a nice day.
I'm high,
Yeah.
Yes.
My man. Right there.
Yes.
but like I said, so great to have you both here.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
I do have some more questions for you, but I think I'm gonna save them for a bit later. And
Okay.
I'd like to start talking about the subject of our podcast here,
Okay.
which is episode 9. Hold it.
Okay.
Hold it.
Oh, good,
Hold
you
it.
wrote it down.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna get there.
Hold the phone, folks.
We're gonna get there.
Hold, brothers. Hold, brothers.
It's we got there. All right. Episode 9 of Samurai Champloo, which is
The Beatbox Bandits.
AKA
Oh, I didn't write that down.
Devin.
Evil Mountain Spirits.
It was in parentheses. Can I tell you? Instead of watching this on the computer like I usually do with subtitles, I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, forgot I was supposed to watch the episode, and went, "Oh shit, I gotta watch the episode." Changed it to the Xbox, but the Xbox Crunchyroll app for some reason doesn't give me subtitles, and I've played in the settings, I can't figure it out.
Dude, the Crunchyroll on Xbox, it's horrible.
Yes,
I've used
yeah.
it on 3 different Xboxes. It's so bad on each one. I don't know what they did.
So
I don't know. I don't know.
So I didn't get the subtitles in general, but I think even the title cards are sometimes subtitled, like even if you don't have subtitles on.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I just missed the parentheses. I'm sorry. I did not write down the subtitle of the episode.
No worries. I'm gonna take a bit of juice here.
Okay, I'll start it off actually. So it starts off with an old man, and he's in just I guess his house. Oh no, he works for a checkpoint, like a government checkpoint between 2 cities or between 2 areas, and it's him in the quote unquote present day, and he says like, 30 years I've worked for this checkpoint, and every single day was to the letter. And he has like a whole logbook of every single day he's
Yeah.
worked. But then he's like, but then there was that one day when everything got really, really screwed up. Do you want to take it from there, or do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, I will take it from there actually. So the weird thing about that part to me was that it was a flash forward 30 years.
Yes.
It's not the first time we've had a flash forward,
Yes.
but it's the first time we've had like a soon one, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
Every time it's been like hundreds of years later, right?
Yeah.
So I thought, like, at first I was so caught off guard that there was a flash forward. Then I was like, well, I guess it's not the first time.
Yeah, and it's weird to think that now, like, the canon of the story takes place in the past because we know what is the future.
Is it all Yamane like capturing Mugen's story after he's gone?
Right, exactly. Like, are we just hearing a retelling of the story? Yeah.
I never thought about it like that until right now.
Yeah.
You know, say anything about that?
I was very confused. I skipped a few episodes.
Oh, okay.
So I think I've watched up to like episode 5, which is the artist one.
Yes.
So I've watched up to that, because I'm watching it very slowly. Mm-hmm. So I skipped a few episodes so I could be here on this podcast for this one.
That's okay. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Of course. Christian said that it didn't really matter, so I don't think it really did.
Yeah.
As long as you see the first episode, I think you're good.
Yeah, you're golden on.
Okay, well I've seen like 5, so
okay,
you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're better than good.
I mean, you've seen all of the one-armed samurai canon, which that's important. Did you get to see the Saw cop detective guy?
The greatest character in this whole story. The for Pete's sake guy.
I don't know.
I don't
No,
know
he'd remember him.
Yeah,
you'd remember
you
him.
definitely remember
Okay,
him.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's probably the only like important episode you've missed.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I'll go back to it. I'll get back to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for you. So you were just talking about that. So like you've seen up to the 5 episodes and then you skipped to number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Had you ever watched this anime before?
No. So this is my first time watching Samurai Champloo. I've wanted to. It was one of the first anime I was ever like recommended.
Yeah.
I used to work at a Dollar Tree, and like my manager was like, "You gotta watch anime." And so it was Samurai Champloo, and then,
Afro Samurai.
I think Cowboy Bebop, maybe.
Of course.
Yep,
It's gotta be
the package deal.
Yeah.
I think. And then like Full Metal Alchemist, but not Brotherhood, because I was
Oh,
watching
really?
that at the time.
Oh,
so he
okay.
said you have to watch the first one.
The original, yeah.
Oh man, I remember when everybody was saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Always weird to me.
I don't know
They're
enough
bo-
about
they're both
it.
good.
Yeah,
They're both good.
to know like the differences or what's.
The second one's better.
Oh, is that a controversial statement? Or
Yeah, even though it's like the second one's the canon to the manga one,
Okay,
there's people that still think the first one's better,
and but you're
even though it has almost nothing to do with the second one. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll have to check it out.
Every time I went into work, he would ask me, "Have you watched the anime yet? Have you watched Samurai Champloo?" So I didn't watch it out of like
Out of spite.
out of spite. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to.
Yeah. Well, do what you tell me.
You're my boss.
Yeah.
damn it.
Except you are.
Did you notice that this guy is also named the Ogre? Is this like the third person called the Ogre
I
so
did
far?
notice that. That was very weird.
Why is everybody an ogre?
Yeah, I don't know. That was that caught me off guard. I wish I had subtitles so I could like understand it better. But
Sometimes I wonder if it's a like a translation thing. Like there's
Maybe, yeah.
there's multiple words it could have been taken as, and they chose
yeah,
to translate it as ogre or something.
yes,
I don't know.
yeah, definitely.
I don't know. But he also had like a weirdly deep voice to me.
Yes,
Like as a young man, he's like
my
kind of
old man
small.
impression did not do it justice. Yeah.
No, he's just like, "Ugh." Like he's like angry. He's like, I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was. I think it was well voice acted, definitely.
Yeah, and
was it a different voice actor for the younger version? Because they sounded different to me.
I think it's a different voice actor entirely.
Are you guys watching in English or Japanese?
I'm watching it in English.
English.
Okay,
'cause I wanted,
okay.
just to understand it easier.
Okay, I got you. So I watched it in Japanese. He did not have a deep voice.
Oh, really? Okay.
He, I don't know, he
Really?
sounded like a stereotypical Japanese old guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he like sounded like grizzled.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
years ago.
Although I guess it like we learned by the end like he's pretty proficient. Maybe he's seen some stuff.
Yes,
You
that's
know?
true. Yeah.
Like-
I like this guy. You know, I didn't like because usually every time they introduce somebody like in the beginning of the episode, it's always a villain. At least so far, it's always like someone really scummy or weird.
Yeah.
But this time I was like, all right, old man, I'm with you. Like, I'm all
Yeah.
right. Like,
He's like
I'm
the
seeing-
first cool old guy.
Yeah, I'm seeing you more in a positive light. Every other person that's got introduced at the beginning of the episode is like a pervert or just like a bad person. So
Yeah.
it's a nice change of pace.
It's a cool old guy, but at the beginning he was like very like, oh, these youngins, you know what I mean? Like to
Yes,
his
that's
what was
true.
it, his son?
Yes, yeah.
It's like, oh, they slack off all the time nowadays.
That's
so.
true.
That was the son.
I think it was his son. It was like some.
It's probably his
It was
son.
it was an old younger guy.
Yeah, so he's been in service for 30 years as a Hakone checkpoint guard.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been staring at the same exact area for 30 years. That's
capitalism, baby.
That's
Respect.
And I mean, what's even going on in this episode? So in this hey, shut up. In this episode, the main cast of Fu, Mugen, and Jin are trying to cross a checkpoint.
Yes.
And that's when they come across our episode's narrator, who is
I didn't get his name.
Yamane.
Yamane.
It's Yamane
Okay.
the ogre.
Okay.
I'm having trouble with it. You were supposed to sit here, but it's too late.
It's too
You
late.
told me to sit here. I was like, okay.
I know, I
The
messed
damage
up.
is done.
So they want to get they want to get across this border with travel permits, which they don't have.
Yes.
And they bought some
Yes.
from some guy.
Off a scalper, basically.
Yeah, some random guy. Which are super phony. Apparently, they get caught automatically. But they did come with good luck charms, which. Well, they lived.
They lived. That's true.
I mean,
yeah.
good luck.
Yeah.
I don't think that we see the charms for the rest of the episode.
Are you referring to what I think you're referring to?
No, I'm being
Yeah.
serious. I don't think they show up until. I
Oh,
don't think
oh.
they're in the rest of the episode.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I thought you were referring to like Fu. Like she's our lucky charm.
Oh, what if she has one? Like, what if next time we see her sword, she has it on there? That'd
Oh
be
yeah.
cute.
Yeah. Definitely.
Have you
Now I
seen
kind of
her-
want to go back and watch like the episode again. Be like, did they like hide it in the animation? Is like, is there a frame where someone's holding it or something like that?
Or like maybe later on the episode, it's like clipped to one of like it's like tied on one of their like
Right.
sashes or something.
Yeah.
I think I want to rewatch this episode too.
Yeah.
Now that you
There's
mention
a small detail that comes up later that I want to ask if you guys notice as well, but
Okay.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
it. So they got phony permits and get
Yep.
caught by the guards.
Yep.
This is where I learned that this episode has significantly better animation than most of the episodes.
Yes. And we talked about this over text. It was a lot of like off-model animation. Or
And it
is
looks
that what
so good though.
But it looks really good. Like
Because-
it's funny as hell.
When they have to beat up the guards because they get caught. The first time you see it is when Mugen like kicks his way out of like a bundle of guards. Like,
Yeah.
They all like dogpiled on him.
Yeah.
And his like giant foot comes and like kicks a bunch of dudes off or something like that. And it's like, oh, this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah. And I liked when I'm skipping ahead, but like when Mugen was stretching, it was like all everybody was just off model. It was a great
Yeah.
scene.
And Mugen's like wiggling around. It was drawn so good.
Yeah.
But there's some episodes like maybe those like first like I don't know, maybe like the third and fourth episode were like kind of bland. Like the colors were kind of bland.
Yeah.
The animation was kind of okay.
Yeah. I think they're growing into being maybe a little more goofy with it, or goofy
Yeah.
with the animation.
Or this one may have had like a special like guest director.
That's true. Yeah.
Like maybe
yeah.
they had a special art director for this one or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we have some special guests.
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Exactly. So it turns out that like the head guard of the checkpoint is like the son of a government official or something like that.
Yeah.
Where he's just like a rich boy. He got the position through nepotism. And he's like, oh, we usually just execute you people. But
You mean the guy that's currently in charge of this
30 years in the past.
30 years in the past,
yes,
yeah.
When Mugen, Jean, and
Yeah.
Fu are there.
The boss of our narrator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he says like usually we're going to execute you people, but there's a system in place where like if they catch like a bounty or someone who has a bounty on their head coming through the checkpoint, they have to like return them to the issuer of the bounty.
Yeah.
But because they're so in love with killing people and executing people, they're like, oh, we cut off his head already.
Yeah,
Like,
they're not even good at their jobs. Like they're good at killing.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, the tiny bit I watched, it pans over to like a bunch of, is it dead bodies wrapped up in like
Yes.
sacks?
They're
Well,
like
I think some of them are alive.
some of them
I
are
was gonna
alive
ask what?
because he's
So that's comfy jail.
that's gonna be
Oh,
So
okay.
in Japan, well, you probably know
This is
more
news
about
to
this.
me.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm not. There's always a point in these episodes where Christian has to deliver some cultural knowledge about Japan.
Sure.
Where I myself admit that it may be half true. Okay.
No. This is 100% true. We're taking this as fact. So
Yeah, nobody in this room's ever been to Japan.
That's true.
Nobody in this room's ever been to Japan.
Uh-oh.
Have you been to Japan?
yeah,
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
it
That's
was fun. I did an internship there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm jealous.
Weeboos.
One,
What can you do?
one day I will be there, where I'll be truly accepted. No.
My goal, one of my life goals, is to go by October 2024.
2024.
It's getting kind of close.
That's getting close. When did you make that goal? Can I ask?
Uh,
As of just right now.
no, I was supposed to go in October 2020,
No.
and I was supposed to go in October 2020, and
No.
my trip got canceled because of the COVID.
Oh my god, that's awful.
I got most of the money back, but I'm still really upset.
You should go October 2023 because I'm gonna be there again.
Oh,
This October?
Yeah.
Wow.
Booked the flights this morning.
What's
you
that?
Like not even joking. Booked them this morning.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
oh yeah, you're going for.
Oh, sorry. I
Okay.
thought that was the clapping.
No, that was the wrong one.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You're going for
Dang.
a family thing, right?
Yeah. There's a family vacation, which we've never done anything like this big.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
Holy
it's-
cow.
I was
cool.
there for my internship, and I'm like, guys, you're gonna love
Dude,
this.
That's awesome.
And so I finally convinced them.
That is so cool.
That's fantastic. Does your family want to adopt me, and I can also come?
Yeah, I think that might be on the table.
yeah. Then we get a couple openings. Yeah, you know.
Fill out the
So-
paperwork, we'll be fine.
But anyway, comfy jail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wrap
yeah,
you up in a
sorry.
sack?
Yeah, let's talk about comfy jail. So, I've never been arrested in Japan, but
There's still time.
There's still time.
it is my understanding that criminals in past and even like recent times are sometimes just wrapped up so instead of handcuffs, so they can't do anything.
Okay.
I got to admit, in the anime when they're all wrapped up in
They're
a
like
man
hay
pyramid,
bales? They're wrapped
I
by,
know
like,
you
straw?
referred to them as hay bales on your notes.
Yeah.
they're like
They're
One
more
of those
like
finger
just
traps. You know?
sacks.
It's like-
well, so in the so I saw like a video about like Japanese police people like rolling people up like a tortilla, and it was like,
I mean,
if I'm wrong, I might strike this from the podcast.
you want me to do
I
a
think
quick, I'll do a quick Google.
Oh yeah,
if you want.
Yeah.
look up comfy jail.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble with service, but
Yeah. That sounds like something I put my cat in. I'm like, who's going to comfy jail?
Oh no, you're a
going to-
burrito.
You're a burrito. Who's going to the comfy jail?
I did hear about this, but yeah, they like wrap up criminals and just like take them
Yeah.
off, and that's what this is. This is some like old type of that, I guess.
Yeah, and I think he refers to them like, oh, they're all sleeping in there, and then they go to like check one, and he just has his head cut off. Or maybe I was looking down at my phone at the time that explained it.
Did you find comfy jail?
It's a BBC wrapping people in futons. How the Japanese police confront violence.
There you go. There you go. See, don't doubt yourself.
Hey.
The
couldn't find
first
it.
instinct. Oh, hold on. The first instinct is not to reach for a gun. What most Japanese police will do, and this was as 2017, so this is 6 years ago. What most Japanese police will do is get huge futons and essentially roll up the person who is being violent or drunk into a little burrito and carry them back to the station and calm them down. That is a BBC News phrasing. A little burrito.
I mean, it's got to be as effective as handcuffs, maybe more.
Wow.
A couple YouTube
I love that.
videos.
That's fantastic.
I didn't think I was wrong, but I'm high, so I'm very skeptical of everything right
That's
now.
true. You start to second guess
Like,
yourself.
yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so that was not like, oh, what are they doing with those people? Like that was like a
I'm fairly certain that is
Pretty-
what they were doing.
okay, all right. So that wasn't like a weird thing.
I don't think it was a weird thing.
Okay.
I mean, some of them were dead, though.
Well, that's
True.
something like right.
I'm going to try to talk into the microphone more.
Yeah.
It was like a hateful
I
eight thing.
ain't. I'm just gonna fucking lean back.
So
It's
you,
like we're just gonna put you in there if you get hurt on the way in, or if we, accidentally stab you through the neck.
yeah. But, I mean, so it's both. It is comfy jail, but it's also just where we're keeping the bodies, which is kind of gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Isn't the grave the comfiest jail?
before we see comfy jail, a couple things happen.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Couple things.
Just a couple things. We get quick anime boobs, just like
That's
just
what
like
I was
real
talking
quick.
about.
Yeah.
But
Devin rewound.
No, because I wanted to show Rachel. That's why. I swear
I wasn't
to God.
looking.
Yeah.
He goes,
I also rewatched.
I was.
And I was watching it alone.
We sort of touched on, and I'll try to explain this as best and as delicately as I can.
he goes, what's up?
Yeah, I was just like,
Rach, you gotta see this.
It was so well animated though. It was only like 3 frames. It was like
I know.
it was so
quick.
good.
yeah.
So quick.
I was kind of surprised. And we've talked about like fan servicey stuff in the past, or in one of the past episodes. But we won't get into it now. We'll
Wait,
we'll
hold
touch
on.
it.
Wait, I missed it. What?
They
There's
do
like a really
they do
quick shot.
a strip search.
Yeah, they do a strip
Oh,
search.
They're like,
oh.
take
of
off your
food.
clothes. Gotta
That's
make
what
sure
we
you're not
should've-
carrying contraband.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then I
She
didn't even
didn't-
watch the
She
episode.
didn't even watch the episode.
Yeah.
and,
You're
and then
counting
and
better.
she's like, no, don't.
Okay, yeah,
really,
okay, I remember
really
that.
Take my
Yeah.
clothes. And they're like, we'll do a worse search if you don't comply.
Yeah.
See, this is why.
Check your
This is
crack.
why you watch the. This is why you don't read the subtitles. This
Yeah.
is why you watch
Yeah.
watch the dub.
Exactly.
The dub has really good voice actors.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
Mhm. I agree.
But the reason I wrote quick anime boobs was because we get a backwards beauty reprisal. The
That's
pose
right.
the pose that she does when she undresses is the same as the thing
Yep.
she did for backwards beauty.
It was a little callback. That was nice.
I think like it had to have been on purpose, right?
Think so? I think
It's
so.
also
think
just like probably the most tasteful
Yeah.
way they can do it without it just being like a silhouette.
Right.
It's also probably not like the most uncommon way to draw a woman undressing in like Japanese
Probably not.
media.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
True.
Um,
It makes sense.
It's also the way you take off your clothes.
yeah.
True. True.
All right, I need to do something really quick. Hold
Okay.
on, real quick.
Okay. Do we have to be silent for it, or
No, go ahead.
Okay. Did you? I'm asking this to you. Did you, and you as well? Did you notice that like the son of the rich guy who was the head of the gateway in 30 years in the past, his name was like King Gossip? Did I hear that right? Well, you were listening Japanese, so I guess it didn't count. So should we pose and smile? Can you hit that? Oh.
Very good.
I was like, because the button's way over on the right, but you're holding it with your left.
No,
He's
you-
never gonna be able to hit it with his thumb.
Volume button.
Oh, see, I'm. Do you have an iPhone?
Yep.
I have an Android, so
We're just looking at it. What do you mean? Do you have an iPhone?
I can't tell.
Dog.
Dog. But I swear to God, he was named King Gossip or something like that. Like
Maybe he was the king of gossip.
maybe that's what they called him.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
What's the episode?
No,
What's the episode called?
It's called
Beatbox Bandits.
Thank you.
you know the chief of the checkpoint. 30
Yeah.
years in the past when Mugen, Jean, and Fu were there.
You think he's called the chief of gossip?
No, the King Gossip. I swear to God, I heard the words King Gossip, and that was like his title, or something. Maybe I'm just hearing things. I'm sorry. I didn't have subtitles.
Kinagasa.
Kinagasa. Okay, thank you. Holy crap, I'm not crazy. Okay. Okay. At least, oh man.
I didn't write anything about him in my notes
all right.
whatsoever.
Fair enough.
Kinagasa.
Kinogasa.
I heard
Oh,
King of Gossip.
I wrote
like-
Kinogasa's comfy jail. Kino has clout in Edo.
Okay, there you go.
And he doesn't research his criminals, he just kills them.
Yes.
I had notes, I just couldn't read them.
Okay, now I don't feel as bad. So thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to search through your notebook for that.
Oh man, I got my notes got. While I was watching this, I was also I was worse off than I am right now.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Very. It was some very nice new stuff. New Space Lion.
Nice.
New Space Lion. But
yeah.
yeah.
I
So
feel you.
I'm gonna try to move the episode along. 'cause
Yes,
I
please.
guess usually it's me. I guess right.
It kind of, yeah. You do the heavy lifting, and
That's
then
okay.
I do the color commentary. Or should I take it up?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I took good notes.
Okay.
Oh, you took a lot of notes yourself. bud.
I did. I tried. There are just a lot of spelling errors.
Well, all right. Fill me in if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
I wrote. You think Japanese filmmakers share weed when they're abroad? Man, what kind of swords do the trio have? I should write this down and answer it on the on the podcast. I didn't do that. This Lupin the Third and Assassination Classroom are the only anime I've ever seen weed in. That's weird.
Really? Like just those two? That's it?
Those three.
Three, including this one.
Lupin the Third, Assassination Classroom, and this.
Were you thinking about that at this point in the episode?
Yes.
Because at this point, in the episode, I'm like, am I watching the right episode?
Yeah. Is this
Yeah, there's
the
no
weed
weed.
episode?
There's no
Yeah.
weed for a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's
I'm
the
like,
Shark and Jaws. You know?
okay, I'm watching this. I know it's the weed episode.
It's a slow burn.
But I'm like 2/3. Good one. I'm 2/3 into the episode, and I stopped it right before they showed all the weed.
Yeah.
I stopped the episode and I went and Googled it. I'm like, which is the weed episode on Samurai Champloo? I thought I got the wrong one.
I actually had the same thought, believe it or not. But then when it showed up, I was like, oh, okay, there it is. Like,
Yeah, like I
that
said,
was the right episode.
slow burn. Like they
Yeah.
don't. Just like the animation doesn't get crazy until like towards the end.
That's true.
Does this still sound okay? Do I
Yeah.
sound okay?
Yeah. Do I sound okay?
No, sorry, I just have my earrings.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was adjusting.
Anyway, have you guys ever seen weed in any other animes? Because I have not.
I don't think so.
I read Assassination Classroom. I don't remember weed in that.
It's It's only in a couple panels. So when they go to the island for the island training, where they try to kill Kuro the first time and he turns into a ball. What?
Sorry.
It's-
I googled animes with weed, and the top is Roundup, our favorite stoner anime characters, and literally the top is Mugen.
There you go.
Yeah.
Definitely.
In Assassination actually, hold on to that for a second.
Uh-huh.
In Assassination Classroom, they go to the island for the island training arc, and while they're there, they meet another like 14-year-old kid, and he's like a bad boy, and he does drugs and parties,
Ooh.
and all he does is sit in a nightclub and smoke weed, and which isn't a good thing for a middle schooler to be doing, but like
We don't endorse that.
they
here.
treat him like the scum of the earth,
Okay.
Wow.
and all he does is
I
smoke
was gonna
weed.
say, I just came upon this website called greeneugene.com,
Green Eugene.
and the title of this article or blog post is "Where's the Weed Anime?" And they're literally just talking about what you were talking about.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I know
And
my
from
stuff.
it's episode 20 of Assassination
Is it
Classroom.
illegal in
Japan?
I don't think it is, which
don't-
might be reason for
That's true.
why it's
Why it's
not
not
that
in there.
popular in anime.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Well, it's like super illegal there.
It's super illegal. You go to super jail. You don't even get
Well,
come to jail.
no, I think you'll like
Oh, even worse.
they'll just send you to prison. I think.
wow.
Weed
It's
illegal.
donezo.
Other stuff.
I don't know though. But like the thing that I wrote about, like, do you think Japanese filmmakers smoke weed abroad? Is like, to make this episode good, they would have to have some experience with weed.
Right.
And I mean,
Although,
I was gonna
I had
say-
an issue. I mean, I don't want to skip.
it is
too
a lot more
far.
psychedelic. Than,
Yes, I was gonna say this isn't weed. This is just like shrooms or
Yeah.
or
Although
Or PCP.
Mugen does like a field of
that's true.
like
gets
he
a
does
whole-
THC milligrams in like the thousands in this episode.
And I will say, it,
I am
it
literally under
definitely
5 right now.
it
and he did
definitely
thousands.
makes you not want to fight. It makes you just want to.
The ending
slow
is super
down
accurate.
And
Yes,
sit.
absolutely. But we'll get to the ending.
I'm
We'll
sure
get to
they
the
just researched. Probably.
think so?
Yeah.
ending. Yeah,
Well, we're
maybe.
almost at the part where they introduce the weed.
That's true.
But before we get to the part where they introduce the weed,
Mhm.
We killed this guy already.
Mhm.
We killed this guy already.
Yeah, that's the guard says it because they cut the head off the guy who was
Oh,
a bounty.
I was
And
like, why did I write that?
Yeah, and they need basically they keep Jean and Fu at the checkpoint, and he's like, I won't kill you, but you need to do me a favor, return this head to where the bounty is owed.
Yeah.
And so they send Mugen of I don't know why not Jean. I don't think they ever addressed that.
I think Mugen.
Is-
I think Mugen said he would do it.
Oh, okay.
Mugen offered.
Oh, okay. So Mugen has to like go back to where the bounty is owed and turn in the head,
Yeah.
but he is
And the other two have to stay behind. And if
Yes.
he doesn't show up by nightfall, they all die.
they all die. And the old man who introduces the episode 30 years in the past, just like a junior officer, he's told to like follow Mugen. So he secretly follows him, and then my background MVP shows up when Mugen is running through the woods, and he's like, "Someone's following me." And he turns around, he's like, "Are you referring to me?" Just a guy jogging by.
Yeah, it's the dude from Zelda.
Yeah, exactly. It's a jogging guy.
It's the mailman from Zelda, the 64 one.
Yeah. Wait. Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time? I think it's Majora's
He's probably
Mask.
in both, but I think
He's
it's
probably in
Majora's
both,
Mask.
Yeah. I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he actually is followed.
But this is that episode from Pokemon, the first season, with Squirtles.
Yes. The
With
Squirtle
Squirtle
Squad.
Yeah, so like Fu is
How embarrassing.
Fu is Misty,
Yeah.
and then Ash is Mugen, and
the
Pikachu
same
is
hair, yeah.
Jean.
Yes.
and-
Pikachu is Gene.
The Gatemen are the Squirtle Squad,
Yes.
and the Squirtle Squad leader is the jerk.
Yes, yeah, because he's got the cool sunglasses.
He has
Yep,
sunglasses.
Yep, that's how you know.
It's like Return by Nightfall,
Mm-hmm.
except in the Pokemon one, they don't kill Misty. They dye her hair purple or something.
Really?
But they don't
Oh.
do it. They say they're gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
But
I
they're
just-
like, we wouldn't dye the hair of a cute girl.
Yeah.
I had this on VHS in my mom's car as a child.
Oh.
We had like 4 VHSs. Give me a break.
Oh no! Everybody's got that one car movie that they like. They
go on.
always had playing in their car. I believe yours was Pirates of the Caribbean. Is that right?
Well, our car
Your
movie?
car movie.
It was
Yeah.
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins. I had the live action Cat in the Hat, and I will go to my grave defending that movie. It is a hilarious movie to me.
It is. I like that movie.
It is not a kids movie, not at
Not
all.
really.
It is not at all a kids movie. So if you
It's-
go into it with that mindset that this is not a kids movie, this is just a dumb spoof movie for adults.
It's kind of like the Pee-wee's Playhouse thing, where they're like, make it. All right.
Yeah.
And then they made like a kind of an adult thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I guess that's a kids show, but this could be on Adult Swim.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah. So I just want, man, maybe this is like a common Japanese tale.
Mhm.
Maybe that's why they do it. in
That's
both.
possible. Well, because I noticed, and I'll jump ahead, sort of. Tengu.
I know we're still at kind of like the beginning.
Yeah,
But,
we're getting there. We're
well,
getting
we're
there.
only doing one
Alright.
episode this time.
That's true. That's true. We're only doing one episode because there's only one weed episode, baby.
Hey.
But he's followed by
Yeah.
a group of people with like masks, and it looks like some sort of traditional Japanese mask. I don't know enough about it.
It's a Tengu.
It's a Tengu. Okay, it's like the red demon with the long nose. Is that
It's Tengu.
Tengu? Okay, and so there's like 40
Yes,
of these
you're
dudes.
right, yes.
Yeah, and they start chasing Mugen, but Mugen like runs away, and then is eventually captured by the Tengu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he runs like Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I have that
like-
note exactly. The leaning
You-
back run.
Did you see that part?
I saw it. I didn't watch that in
I
any
love
so.
when
Oh my God.
characters run like
Yes,
that.
they have
It's
like
so-
their arms behind.
And he got
great.
so like loose with the animation. It was so wacky.
It's kind of how Woody runs a Toy Story.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, this is where like I don't know. It's just the animation just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Yep.
And like I guess that was like him losing them because that's when they lose him is when he does that silly run.
Yeah. Did you notice one of the interstitial cards? It had like a paint like one of those old timey Japanese paintings, but it had like Mugen's face kind of like imprinted on it. I just thought that was a really cool touch.
I don't know if I did. I remember
it's
one
very
of,
quick.
What'd
I
you call
remember-
that?
Interstitial. Is that-
Interstitial?
I think that's what they're called. You taught me that, I believe,
Yeah.
on episode 1. I
That's
think.
so interesting. I didn't know what to call them. I was
Yeah,
gonna,
they're like interstitial.
yeah.
They're not
images.
title cards, but they're like inter-show cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Commercial break.
I didn't know that either.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you
I
go.
mean,
We're all,
once again, Christian is full of half knowledge.
Half knowledge.
I'm like that. You guys ever watch Adventure Time?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some episodes.
You know the cat that has like there's like this cat demon in a dungeon and he has like
Mm-hmm.
approximate knowledge. Like he doesn't know where you are, but he knows like generally that you're that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That's
what I
great.
have of like history and like society.
Fair enough.
That's
fair enough.
fantastic.
I feel like I probably you could
Like-
qualify my knowledge as approximate.
I
Yeah.
feel like I have a broad range of like topics, but not a lot of depth. I need to work on the depth.
Yeah.
You know,
Agreed.
I need to
Who has
seep in
time
there.
for that
Yeah.
though? You got
Nobody.
Samurai Champloo. to
I have
watch.
Samurai Champloo. to
Exactly.
watch. Did you guys notice that Gene has newfangled glasses? He doesn't have the old timey ones that everybody else has, where it's wrapped around them.
Yeah.
So
Did-
when they wanted Gene's glasses in the other episode, like he
was
was like,
it a-
"Sell me those."
Yeah.
It must have been the kind that go over your ears. Must be like foreign to Japan.
Yes. I think that's. So he had different glasses this episode?
No. He
Oh.
always had his usual ones.
Oh, okay.
But the guard, like the new guard, the 30 years later guard,
oh, he had the
he
glasses
has this with the
with
circles with the hoops that go around his ears.
Yes.
Did you notice that?
No.
Because Gene has the ones that just kind of like rest on the tip, right? On the, of his
Every
nose.
time I know something of Japanese culture that you don't, you owe me a subscriber.
All right, fine.
I said Mugen lives off the land. Ooh. he like hits a bush and a bunch
And
of
the
bear-
oranges?
like
Yeah.
oranges fall out.
Yeah.
That's great. Because he thinks he hears the old man in the trees.
Yeah.
But then he just cuts it down. He's just looking for oranges.
Yeah, yeah, because the old man is like
like-
hiding. Yeah,
Yeah. Young old man, I kept calling him throughout
young
the episode.
old man.
Yeah, young old man.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Hit the lights for a second.
Okay. Just see how it looks.
I just want to see if it sounds any better.
If it sounds any better because the light's off.
It sounds the exact same.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can you
No.
still see us on the
Oh, hit it.
Camera?
In the dark? Oh, kind of.
Does it adjust?
It kind of does. Do you want to keep it in? Do you want to keep the lights like this?
I kind of like
Yeah, it is nice. This is how we usually record.
I like
Yeah, it
this.
is. This is how we usually record.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody watching the video feed, if I use it.
Sorry.
We have a camera for the first time.
Yes.
No, this is so much better, but I don't know. I was just kind of going for the camera.
No, that's
it's all
fair.
good.
Mhm.
So either I'm going to put a filter to make the rest look shitty, or I'm going to place a warning. Or I'm saying now that
The lights are
sorry,
gonna change. Sorry.
this is
Lights
just
are gonna
better.
change.
This
Yeah.
is better. It's probably not that bad though. Look, we have like backlighting. That's not so bad.
That's nice.
Man, this episode is going okay.
When you upload this like episode to
Oh,
like
Jesus.
Spotify or whatever platform you're gonna do it on, like they're not gonna know.
It's
no one
true.
will know.
Yeah.
Audio listeners, love you to death.
So we cut to the prison,
Mhm.
and Gene and Fu say something. They're like,
They get like
You
a
think he's
recurring
gonna-
joke going.
yeah. They start this thing where it cuts to them every once in a while. It cuts to them, and they comment on the situation. They're like,
That you
don't
just
think
saw.
you don't think he would betray us, right? You don't think he would leave us behind and run away, right?
And then
As he-
smash cut to Mugen like running away.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we go from Mugen doing that silly run in the forest where he loses his people, and I love that scene. I might rewatch this episode.
That was
just for
actually
the
really good,
animation.
well animated scene.
Yeah.
I
And
enjoyed that.
we go from that to cut to the prison where they're like, you don't think he would just run away and leave us behind, would you? And then it straight cuts to weed.
Yep,
It's
yep.
like cut to prison, cut to weed. Okay, we're in the plot, right?
Yeah.
And I wrote, this is the best interstitial yet. V Electro.
Yeah. What was that?
Very electronic.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Oh,
It's
the
like,
music,
"Wee, wee."
music. Yeah. Yeah, the music was great this episode actually.
Yeah.
I
Well,
really-
they did this like weird like touching electricity, like a stylophone or whatever. Like,
Yes.
they like
Yeah,
touch
I've
like
seen those.
bzzz, and that was the sound.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I really enjoyed the music this episode the whole way through.
Yeah.
And then Mugen shows up or gets like captured right by the Tengu.
Yeah.
And turns out the Tengu are like warrior priests.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who back like when during wartime they would like defend their local community and their church, but then now it's peacetime, which is a new piece of canon, I guess, that it's peacetime rather than wartime in Samurai Champloo times.
Well, they did just get out of a war. Remember, they talked about it in the early episodes where he's like, "I'm from Ryukyu."
Oh right, that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, they are in a peacetime.
Yeah, and so there's like a leader of the shadow priests, and he has this huge gathering. He has like the Bonnaroo.
Dude, it looks so cool. I
yeah.
love that scene.
That was a cool scene.
where they're all just vibing.
yeah.
There's like weed smoke and haze everywhere, and they're just like,
Yeah.
I want to be there.
Yeah. But the leader.
I am there right now.
Yeah. The leader of the Tengu goes off in this speech.
Yeah.
And did you notice that Mugen got referred to like as a dog throughout the episode, but in different ways?
Lapdog versus
Lapdog.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Versus.
That's
think
what I
it was-
wrote on my paper.
Oh really? I believe it was lapdog versus stray dog or naughty dog.
I couldn't remember what he called him, so I wrote Snoop.
Because I'm pretty sure the guards at the checkpoint call Mugen a stray dog, and then the Tengu leader calls him like a lapdog because he thinks he works for the government that runs the checkpoint.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, he's a lapdog of the government. He's a corrupt official or whatever. He's just like a swordsman that's serving this corrupt government. So they want to bring like a revolution, I guess, is their
Of
plan?
of
something?
peace, they just want to keep the peace. Like,
Yes.
They want the peace to just stay how it is, because right now there's no major wars.
Right.
And I guess if everybody's like, if it's like if it's like anything like Massachusetts, they're gonna legalize it, and then,
Right.
I mean, I just want to stay home and smoke weed.
Exactly.
So, like that was their plan.
That was the plan, to make that the reality for everybody.
Everybody just stays home and smokes weed.
Yeah, because they have a giant. So they wanted to achieve it through weed. I guess they have a giant weed field that they're growing.
Yeah, I'm assuming they were gonna just drug deal it out, but like they're priests, so maybe it was just gonna be free weed for everybody.
Yeah, It was an interesting choice, I guess, to have like the war priests, I believe they call them.
Yeah. Well, that's the best way to win a war. Is just stop it.
Arm
from
your
ever
priests.
Starting.
Right.
But they throw Mugen in jail basically, and they put him in that futon that we saw earlier.
Wait, the priests catch him and put him in jail too?
Mugen, they catch.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they put him in.
Damn, poor
Yeah,
guy.
They put him in comfy jail, but comfy jail wasn't enough. So
Yeah,
they put
exactly.
him in like a shed.
Yeah, don't they like stomp on his face a bunch while he's already in?
There's a picture of
comfy
his
jail?
face of like when he gets thrown on the ground in front of the Tengu leader. He was jacked up. He got really beat up by these guys.
Yeah, he sure did.
Did you take a picture?
I sure did.
That's how I feel when I have to wake up at 6 a.m.
Like
for
that?
work. That wasn't the exact
Oh, that's
picture
not
I was
the right
thinking
one?
of, but it was kind of
It's
like
a pretty
that.
good face though, right?
Oh my god.
That's me. That's me in the morning. That's me.
Oh, that's not the one. Yeah,
no, that's from later. I think
No,
that's
he's
from
got
later.
one where like he's squinting in one eye. He's got like a black eye.
Yes. Yeah. He looks really beat up.
Poor guy.
But then they also.
And they see him with the head, so they think he's on the other side. Right?
Yes. Yes. Well, so the Tango also capture the young old man who was following Mugen, and they
Somehow, yeah.
I forget how, but they caught him. And then they throw him in the same
He
shed.
tried to break
jail.
Mugen out.
That's right. He tried to break Mugen out. And
Yeah. Oh, he has
'cause-
this
'cause
like
he-
weird obsession with Mugen. I was about to talk
No
about
way,
that.
Yeah, but well,
Oh,
he
right.
needed Mugen to like finish his job because otherwise he would get in trouble too.
Yeah.
So we needed Mugen free to complete the bounty. So like he tries to break in, then he gets caught, and then so they're in the comfy jail together, or in their separate comfy jails.
Yeah.
And he dislocates his shoulder to like.
Oh yeah, he
wiggle
like
out.
crunches out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wiggle
And he's
out.
like, I'm good like that.
Yeah, he just
I don't
pops it
know.
back into place. He steals Mugen's sandal, right?
Wait, you're going ahead way too far.
Okay, sorry.
You're
go ahead.
going
I'm
way
sorry,
too
sorry,
far.
sorry.
Yeah, that's not quite yet. So yeah, this is where I wrote on my notes. I went outside to take 2 hits, but I was already high and I accidentally took 4. I can't count. So
What a night.
might get interesting. This handwriting.
Yeah, it's just gonna get more and more illegible as the pages go
So the priest in the English dub, the priest literally says, "This grass will end hatred."
on.
Yeah.
And you know, I was
I
like,
would join their cult.
I wasn't
not
like
wrong.
necessarily against what he was saying. He was like, okay, corrupt government, give everybody free weed. I was like, well,
And they dress cool.
they do. They have pretty sweet outfits.
Like they have sweet outfits and the masks.
If you're gonna have a cult, you gotta have a sweet outfit.
That's true. That's super true.
Yeah, that's a critical part.
Would you join their cult, Ryan? Captain
I
Raian?
don't know. I'm trying to think of like I think this part was probably a little bit. Maybe I'm just making things up. But I think this part was a little bit different in the Japanese. Like there was less. They talked a lot about dogs.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I hadn't noticed them talking about dogs before this part.
All right.
They were like, "There's 2 kinds of dogs in this world. There's like stray dogs and guard dogs. Which one are you gonna be?"
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of dog talk this episode.
Right.
There
And then
was a lot of
Mugen
dog
comes out and they're like, "Do you want to join us?"
Mhm.
And he's like,
And he does this.
"No, screw you guys.
he-
I don't join anybody."
Yeah, he does this like edgelord, like you're a bunch of bastards and I don't follow the rules.
Right.
He does this cool guy Mugen thing. I've decided he's an edgelord. That's I think how I can best describe Mugen. Is edgelord.
I mean, their outfits were pretty cool. So like, if you ask me, do I want to join just for the outfits? Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know, but
But I kind of missed the part where they were talking about. I didn't miss it, but like I wasn't really following when they were talking about like what they're trying to do.
Mhm.
So I guess
their
I'm kind
plan was really loose. They never said how they were
Yeah,
going
it
to
wasn't
distribute
very
the weed.
solidified.
Yeah.
They were just like, we're going to distribute this grass, and it will take over the country, and it'll end hatred. And like
Yeah.
that was their plan. They didn't say like, we're going to package it. They weren't like, it's going to be joints. They were just like,
Right.
we're going to spread it out.
Yeah, it was very vague.
What are you doing? But okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still with it.
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
Their farm is
it's like,
beautiful.
I want to see.
It looked like bamboo.
Yeah, it is.
I
true.
thought it was bamboo. Like I
It's
think
like
that-
bamboo with like weed growing out of it or something.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
That Japanese weed. Ooh. Oh god. Yep. Okay. Yep.
What did I miss?
No, we're almost there.
Okay.
So, at 14 minutes and 28 seconds into the anime,
Okay.
we see for the first time in a while Mugen's metal sandals.
Yes, I was thinking about that, and I thought about you instantly. I was like, Christian's gonna be so happy when he sees his metal
Yes.
sandal back.
And I was like, yes, that means this episode's canon.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like I say that as a joke, but that also does mean that like if that's on his like canon like design sheet, his concept art, like this episode is, even with the weird animation, it's more on model.
Yes. Yeah, it's more canon than the other one.
It's more canon. Do you have any idea what we're talking about?
No. I'm sorry to bring it back. So 'cause I missed a bunch of episodes, so I don't know what all of that is in there. I thought his sandals were just wooden.
the bottom of them, like
Yeah.
the bottom part, is a metal plate, so they can like catch swords and stuff.
Yes, it's awesome.
Maybe I did see that.
But there was a couple
That's
episodes
vaguely
where,
familiar.
There's a couple episodes where they didn't show up and it was just regular wooden sandals. So
Yeah.
you're like, what is
Wasn't
on
in the
his
animation
sandals?
budget.
Yeah. And so maybe it's like his totem in Inception. Like if he's got the metal sandal, he
It's
knows.
a dream episode.
Yeah, it's a dream episode. Little Inception reference. Give me some. That's what I'm talking about.
Do you hate Inception or like Inception?
No, I just don't like entertaining him.
Yeah, it's just like humoring me.
Roronoa Rachel,
Yes.
what are your thoughts on Inception?
I love Inception.
Okay, good.
If you were Inception,
Good take.
would you marry an 18-year-old girl? That was like a normie
personally?
joke. Don't
Me
even.
personally?
Yeah.
That was a normie joke. Don't answer that.
Is it about, is because of Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. That was a
Oh.
Leo DiCaprio joke.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I missed it. I'm like,
Is
what's
this
going
the
on?
second Fleet podcast where we are renouncing the DiCaprio?
This is the second one. If you listen,
Oh,
to
they were
la-
making fun of him. Yeah.
Yes, they were. They were making fun of
just
him
making
on,
fun of him.
on
Yeah.
Funkies. Yeah. We are also a Leonardo DiCaprio hate podcast.
I don't know. If Leo asked me out, I'd probably do it.
I'm not
Listen-
a part of that.
Yeah. Listen.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Of Leo hate?
I'm a fan.
Oh, you're a fan?
I'm a fan too.
No,
Yeah.
fantastic actor, great actor. I loved him in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I think he needs to mature just a little bit.
Just start dating women a little bit older, maybe.
Isn't he dating Gigi Hadid right now?
How old is she?
I don't get the. I'm gonna be
What's
honest.
the cutoff age? Is it 24?
That's I
It
believe
was
his is
26.
25 to give him credit.
No, it was
and then-
26 because I just aged out.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I was saying, oh my
Okay,
God, so
okay.
sorry. Yes,
So
right.
I get how it's weird.
Yeah.
I just don't see why it's so controversial.
Yeah, to like everybody who sees him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like why do we care?
Is
If
it
he-
controversial?
A lot of people online
People
are
are
like
like-
he's a pedophile because he's dating 25-year-old women, and it's like
Maybe it's
Just 'cause
because
he's-
maybe it's because of the age
Pedophile
gap.
as
It's just
a-
because of the
as an
age gap,
extent.
yeah.
It's
Okay,
just
okay.
like,
Mhm.
come on, my guy.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's like weird, but
Yeah. What do you talk about? You guys are more decades apart. What do you talk about when you're just sitting at home?
They don't
like,
talk.
what if she references Space Jam and he's like, I don't know. He's like,
I'll be honest with you. I do think it's weird. Like it's
Yeah.
not like I don't think it's weird.
right.
But,
Okay. No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
You know.
Yeah. I
yeah,
agree.
yeah,
Oh, they may actually be not dating anymore.
Oh wow! You heard it here first, folks.
We got the scoop.
we got the scoop.
Well, how
This
old
episode's gonna
is-
come out in like 3 weeks.
yeah.
yeah. If we're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, how old
Actually,
is this woman?
Sidebar: I can't tell you why, but this episode might come out a little bit later than like it might not come out in sequence.
Okay. That's
Okay.
fair.
Oh, really?
His
I'll
new,
tell you why
his
later.
new
Okay, okay,
rumored
okay.
girlfriend is 28.
Okay. Okay. We're
He's
moving
doing
up.
It. He's doing
She's-
it,
She's
guys.
she's older than me.
Yeah. There you go. See.
Good job,
Okay.
Leo.
Wow.
I have a chance.
You have with Leo. It's fantastic.
Ew! This guy licked his booger. That's gross.
Okay, thank you. Oh my God, I thought it was. Whenever I referenced earlier in this episode, I said there's a scene that I hope you guys noticed.
Yeah,
That
he licks his booger.
he licks his booger. What the?
Who,
That's
which
the young old man.
So when
the
he
young old man.
The young old man.
Yeah,
I was
young
rooting
what?
for him.
young old man. The only time he does something strange in the entire episode
Yes.
is when he's like doing a stakeout on Mugen and he's like watching and like a single clear bug like runs out of his nose and he's like
Yeah.
and then he
I'm
keeps
really
talking.
I think. Okay, I'm glad you noticed it because I was afraid that like
You didn't
I,
see this?
I feel like I'm not. I feel like I
Dude,
didn't watch the episode at
what
all. Like, I should have been
episode-
taking notes.
That's okay. That's all we
Do
worry
you-
about it.
Did you see the Tengu warrior priests?
Yes.
The- I mean, you watched the right episode. I don't
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
How you
I
missed
watched the right episode.
No, no,
but,
no,
like,
no. It was very quick. The booger lick. That was a very quick.
It was very subtle.
a quick
Very
lick.
subtle.
It was a
a
quick
quick
lick.
lick.
I didn't
as
know.
we-
I
had a
didn't notice
quick
stuff like
lick.
that.
That's okay. No, that's totally. I was because I noticed it. I was like, did I just have a fever dream? Did I just like hallucinate that? Because it felt really out of place to me.
Were you also in on the space line?
Not at the time. No, I was.
I was deep.
Oh yeah, I was. See, there's two different perspectives.
He was
on it.
just having a normal.
I was just having the normal one.
Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah.
So this is where we learn that the dude is obsessed with Mugen. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
not just following you. I'm like studying you. Like
And he
he's-
remembered him 30 years later. so,
Yeah.
yeah.
He seems to have an inspiring streak.
Mugen does.
Mugen?
Yeah, remember,
Yeah.
he
I
inspires
think-
people to be like, to be better. At
be
least that
decisive,
like
it
one
seems.
Yakuza boss said
Yeah.
about him. Yeah.
He inspires people to be a bit more violent.
Yes.
A little
yes.
bit more decisive, a little bit more violent,
Yeah.
which is perhaps warranted in their situations.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
you know.
That's true.
Can't knock it.
It's a dog-eat-dog world out there.
You
Yes, I
sound
read you.
best in my headphones. What's up with that?
Thank you.
Out of like out of everybody else.
I
Yeah.
also
I see.
do voice over speaking
Oh.
as a part-time job. at my job.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah,
Thank you.
there go.
Yeah.
She dabbles in voice
She
acting.
dabbles.
Yeah.
Dabble in voice acting.
So, so I sent you guys the picture. I sent you the picture. Did everybody see the picture?
The one where he's like leaning back.
No,
or,
no,
or the one
sorry.
of you watching the episode.
The one of me watching the episode.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me show you this. So,
Yeah.
well, I showed it to you. I need to show it to the
Yeah.
other two here. So,
Oh dear.
no, it was just the way I was. You saw the picture. Just the way I was watching the
The
episode.
setup.
On
just-
laptop.
Like I had a bunch of snacks.
Mhm.
I was on my laptop.
Okay.
You know, I'm just chilling on a desk, just like on. Usually, I'm watching TV like either on my phone because I'm watching YouTube, or
Yeah.
I'm watching TV on a TV, right?
Yeah.
But
See-
to be snacking up in the middle of the night watching anime on my laptop, where when I was 14 it would be a lot of pirating, but now when I'm an adult, I just borrow a Crunchyroll from a friend.
Right.
Yeah.
The adult. Part.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
mooch off someone else's account like an adult.
But I wrote, I feel like I'm 14 watching anime at my mom's computer desk at home
Oh.
in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Now that's the real comfy jail. It's like just cozied up, watching a little
It's the
Samurai
real
Champloo.
comfy jail.
And then I wrote, man, I'm eating mad pretzels from Trader Joe's.
Oh, I was supposed to tell my Trader Joe's story.
Oh, tell me your Trader Joe's
I
story.
went to
Oh,
Trader.
God.
I'll try to keep it quick. I went to Trader Joe's, and I don't frequent
them
Trader
why.
Joe's because I had to
Why?
pick you. Oh, because I ate all of Roronoa Rachel's chocolate peanut butter cups.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to go get her more. And I don't think I had like ever been to Trader Joe's. And so I parked, and it was the most like terrifying thing I've ever been through because they don't have typical signs above their aisles like a regular grocery store.
No.
Correct me if I'm wrong. And so, and I'm not great at grocery stores either. Something about the fluorescent light and just there's so much
Stuff
stimulus.
is just everywhere.
And I struggle in a grocery store. So Trader Joe's just made it worse with not having signs at least. And there was it was packed with people. It's everywhere. It's like walking around Disney World. When something reaches a certain capacity, there's no rules of the road anymore. It's just Mad Max, everyone for themselves.
Yeah, it's wild.
And me being an idiot, I'm like in the aisles looking around. I'm getting in everyone's way. I felt terrible. And that's my Trader Joe's story.
Your Trader Joe's story is that you had like a panic attack of Trader Joe's.
A little. I mean, I wouldn't describe it as panic attack. More
Gotta
just
know
like,
the right time to go.
or like I look like a tourist in New York City, looking up at the buildings, just like.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
You just gotta know the right time to hit it up.
I know it was just wicked busy.
Yeah.
So I can't go back to Trader Joe's.
I can never go back.
I can't go back.
Dude, I love Trader Joe's.
Same.
The chocolate peanut butter cups are good because I've eaten all the Rachels.
All right, Captain Ryan, what happens next?
The heist. He escapes.
That's true. They escape together because he sets fire with the wooden sandal with the metal plate to the jail that they're in. Him and Mugen. And then he as the guard opens the door because he's like fire, fire. Guard opens
Yeah.
the door. He hits the guard over the head. They escape. The fire grows in size and just starts to spread throughout the entire Tengu hideout. I guess I'll call it kind of like the Yiga
I was
hideout.
gonna say.
Yeah, it's just like the
They're
Yiga.
pretty,
Plan.
it's
Oh,
pretty
sure.
Yiga.
It's pretty
Dude,
Yiga.
the priests and the Yiga, they're...
Oh, yo.
Oh, fan art waiting to... Oh, man, I know what I'm doing.
I know what your next project is.
Yeah.
But they
The Yiga chilled in the field.
yeah.
It's just bananas.
Yeah.
Fucking bananas.
Yeah.
Perfect. And
They're like...
Banana.
they're so good at bananas.
Banana bong.
What's better comedy than picking up a banana and pretending it's a phone? That's peak comedy right there.
It really
I
is.
agree.
Nothing better.
I agree.
It's, it's universal.
You
Nothing
go,
better.
Mr. President.
They don't even look like that anymore.
I know their phones are just flat now, but back in my day, it had a curvature.
Kids today pick up a graham cracker.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I did like the scene of them running through the weed garden.
Oh right, so everything's on fire now.
Everything, including the weed garden.
Yeah, including everything, the entire building, the weed garden, everything's on fire.
Yeah.
I'd be so upset about my crops.
Yeah. Oh, well, they were. They say that they were
Dude,
like.
you'd fit into this community so well. I'd be so upset about my crops.
I think I could garden. I think I could be a farmer.
Nice.
I mean,
Let's do it. Let's buy some land and just live off the land, just like Mugen.
wear the cool outfits.
Yeah.
They look
The
so
mask.
cool.
Just robes.
We're starting our own Tengu cult.
I'm in.
Won't be constricted by boxers anymore.
Exactly.
Just let it flow free.
Thank you. Yes. That's the life I want to live. But like the smoke starts to go up and billow in everybody's faces and everything, and then we get the trippiest fight in the whole series so far. So they're like playing electronic music. It's like kind of like the Beatles like Yellow Submarine animation almost.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's really
It's
good.
like the best. It's like the best part of the whole episode.
Yeah. Maybe not quite to that level as Yellow Submarine, but in the vein. It reminded me of it.
Have you seen
It's in the discussion.
Have you seen Belladonna of Sadness?
I have not.
It kind of reminded me of that.
Okay.
It's very psychedelic.
Yeah.
So you saw the beginning and the end of the episode?
I was like lying on the couch doing my own thing.
She
so
would
I would
look left.
over from time to
Yeah.
time.
It would just yeah.
Okay.
I
was just wondering.
got some peeks.
Yeah.
I was just wondering.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
Some sneak peeks of the
some
episode.
sneak peeks.
I thought it was so cool how he was like going in and out of all the weed like a fish. He was just like swoosh, swoosh. He was like a weed ninja. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was a really good sequence.
Is there anything else you guys noticed about that part before we move on?
I just thought that like when it first hit, like it was wild. Like it was like a, it wasn't a dolly zoom, but it reminded me of like the dolly zoom and the way the depth of everything disappears.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, when he punches and it's like that's when it hits and
Yeah.
I forgot.
They did the shot from Jaws where Chief Brody realizes someone's getting
Yeah,
that's a dolly zoom. That's a dolly
Dolly
zoom.
zoom.
But it's like the anime version of it where like he just gets elongated.
Yeah.
Although in like girls anime, their eyes just get really big.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That was just I thought it was well animated. The colors were crazy.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
That's when you realize. I think. Well, if you hadn't picked up on it to this point, I think that's when you're like, oh, these are drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you hadn't realized by now.
Our grass. If that wasn't enough, you're in now. You're
I don't know if
logged
they
in.
said it like that in. Like,
No.
I knew because I knew this was the weed episode.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, like we said earlier, the weed looked like. At first thought, I'm
It
like,
looks
oh,
more
there's
like
the weed. But
it
then I'm
looks
like,
more like
oh, wait,
bamboo.
it looks like bamboo. Is that
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
But I think if you hadn't told me it was the Samurai Champloo weed episode,
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have known that. At least, maybe I missed it reading subtitles. I don't know.
No, I probably been
I
saying
don't
if you
think
hadn't set
they
me
never
up.
say they never say marijuana.
No, they don't like directly acknowledge it.
I think they do at one point.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
think maybe. I
Maybe
don't
I
know.
missed it.
I don't know. That's like a half fact.
Okay,
Another
it's
one.
another half truth.
Let's
That's what we do here on the Fun Fleet.
Approximate truth.
Bunch,
You're in.
we-
You're on board.
All right, sweet. I passed the test.
One of us.
So after that awesome fight, the show cuts to Fu and Jean, who they're out of time, basically.
Yes.
Yeah,
like
they're
'cause
done.
Mugen is just cooked. He's just out there. They're all blazed up and fighting. It's crazy. But yeah, Mugen. They think Mugen's coming back. Well, do you run us through the ending?
Yeah. Okay. So they are discussing like, hey, you guys are out of time. We better hope he comes back. And there's kind of like some suspense. Like,
Yep.
is he coming? Is he gonna come back?
gonna make
And
it.
then there's a really epic sequence where like there's a sunset. You see the silhouette of who you assume to be Mugen, like coming back. But alas, it is not. It is not Mugen. It's our boy.
It's our background MVP, our boy.
It's the postman.
Are you referring to me?
Is that what he said?
And
What did he
that's
say? in
so
the-
they're like, there he is, he's coming, and he's just like, are you referring to me? And he's got his backpack while jogging.
Is that what he says? He says, "Are you referring to me?"
I'm pretty sure.
So in
What
the
did he say
in the
yeah.
sub, he goes, "Hi, like I'm just out jogging for exercise."
yeah.
So
It's great. It's a great sequence.
I thought that's what he
Love that
said
guy.
too.
does he come back?
Are they
Sorry,
already
I'll find out.
I
I'll
wish.
find
strung
out.
up at that point?
No, not yet. Not yet. Cause
Oh right, they get crucified.
They get put on fucking
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was about to skip to Mugen. Oh my
Wow.
god.
Oh my god, they get put
That's
on a
another part
cross.
I glanced over at.
Yeah, and she was like,
What is going
What
on
are
over
you
there?
watching?
Yeah, so Mugen does not come back.
Nope.
And they get strung up on crosses, and they're about to be they have like spears held up to
yes,
them.
to poke him with their spears.
So it would have been very symbolic, I suppose.
Yeah.
But okay, I get it. Then weed saves their lives.
Yes, and weed saves the day. The weed smoke from the burning garden, I guess, that the Tengu had
Yeah.
flies over, billows over.
They never get-
the wind takes it.
Yeah.
And-
they don't get executed.
They do not get crucified on the cross.
They get
Um,
stopped mid poke.
Yeah,
Everyone just starts laughing and having a good time.
everyone just has a good time. And then the narrator kicks in, and he was like, "And that day it was only free love."
Yeah,
And like,
you see two dudes making out.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
great. I was like, "Dudes kissing."
Yeah, what do you see? You see random dudes making out, and there's he's like, even the frogs were partying,
Yeah.
and there's literally high frogs
Yeah.
dancing.
Turn the freaking frogs gay.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, the frogs were probably gay too.
Yeah. Oh my god. What a nice.
that was
a
the
nice
that was
feeling.
the strain that turns you gay.
Yeah.
Love that.
And
Well,
then
no, it brought out their their true selves.
their inner joy.
It's yeah.
And then he mentions he's like, that was the day that we dropped all like you don't have to have papers. We let
Yeah, anybody
everybody
could go,
through.
come and go.
Everybody could come and go. We were all equals that day. No criminal, no cop. We're
Yep.
just everybody just having a good time.
How it should be, man.
Yeah. And 30 years in the future, his logbook had like a page of every single day except that one day. 'Cause
Yep,
he
that
like,
one
ripped
day's
it
ripped
out.
out.
Yep.
Aw.
He does not acknowledge that. Well, he acknowledges it in narration,
He
but
remembers.
it's not on official ledger.
Very sweet.
And
How did Jean and Fu get off the crosses?
They,
they found a way down, I guess.
They're tied up.
I know,
They
but
probably like
They didn't have any
they
clothes
probably
on.
like dropped the cross and they probably
yeah,
like wiggled out.
as they
I'm
were all
sorry.
laughing, maybe the cross dropped and
did they not let him go? It felt like to me.
Were
Maybe
they
somebody-
high?
I think they let him. I didn't think they showed it. I think they cut and then they were
Oh.
like, "All right, bye. Have a great time."
Yes, yeah.
You might be right.
So I was gonna say, can you imagine trying to get yourself off of a cross while high,
Yeah.
while zooted out of your
Yeah.
mind?
Well, that was the other thing.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like Fu and Jean were high.
I was about to say that. I guess because they were
Too high
literally,
up.
literally too high up.
They were high different ways.
Yeah, exactly. It was like the smoke was just too low, I guess.
Right.
As smoke tends
As-
to
be-
do.
Yeah. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Don't they tell you to get on the floor like when there's a fire?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
smoke rise?
'cause-
yeah. I don't know.
That works for weed, I guess.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Everybody get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur.
So what? So did they just where they were like, huh? Guess he's not. Oh, right. You told me about this.
I wrote Fu and Jean get away in the weed confusion,
Right.
Yeah.
but find Mugen lost in a fog of weed with the rest of the warrior priests.
So he's made friends.
They're all just kind of like holding on to each other
Yeah, they're
and cuddling
kumbaya,
and
they're
like
cuddling.
just like singing and hanging out.
And they even like, I think they make like a joke to the the disembodied head that movie
Yeah, they're
was
hanging out
transported.
with the dead.
They're hanging out
They're
with the
hanging
head.
out with the dead.
Oh my
man's
God.
head.
Oh my god, that was great.
Wait, did they still have the head at the end? Because
yeah.
I remember when they were in
The priests
comfy
have it.
prison, they that was part of their heist where they took the head out and he was like, "Sorry about this," and he stuck it in the comfy prison. So
Yeah, they
it looked like
grabbed
he
the
was still
head.
in it. Yeah, he took the head out of the
No,
bag
you're
That's
right. They
right.
must have taken the head with them out.
and they put it back in the bag.
Yeah.
I guess so. They took the time to take the head
Why would you waste the time?
because they had a bounty to deliver.
And he had to untie Mugen because Mugen was still wrapped up in comfy jail.
That's true. Yeah.
Remember? That's weird.
He
when-
well, they made it work.
They made it work.
It's movie magic, baby.
So I wrote very good art and animation.
Yes, this was probably my favorite episode, like art style wise.
I didn't have any other. I guess that's just how it ends, right? They find.
They find Mugen, and that's just how it ends. Oh well, no, I think the narrator says something like, "I gotcha, didn't I?" But I can't remember what he was even referring to.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was like, "Did you trick us? Like, did you get us? I don't what do you refer to, old man?"
They just make
Yeah.
Did he just make up all these stories?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Samurai Champloo is just the mad ramblings of an old man. It's
And that's why some episodes he has the foot plates, and sometimes he doesn't have the foot plates.
exactly. It's just he's just telling the story.
Yeah.
It's being
Detail oriented this episode.
Yeah.
The animators they were on it.
yeah
Yeah.
detail oriented while being off model. Like yeah
Right.
yeah.
Well, I
In
mean,
the
like
coolest
Fu
way.
had some awesome like facial.
Actually, that's true.
Expressions.
I
like, her
actually
reaction
even
to
have a
everything.
note of her like her disappointed face. This episode is really good. Just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had it a couple times. It wasn't just at the
I
end.
think a couple different characters had like a great
Yeah.
pulled a great face.
I noticed something while I was watching this episode,
Okay.
and that's that Fu's voice actress sounded really familiar. And I was like, man, what do I know her from? So I looked up a list of things she's done, and she, of the three, like her and Steve Bloom have got to be like similarly prolific. She has
Okay.
had almost as many anime roles as he has, as far as I can tell.
Really?
She's in everything.
That's awesome.
I'm not gonna like do the full list here,
Hit
but
us with the highlights.
okay. In Ben 10, she's Charmcaster.
Really? Hell, shout out to Ben 10.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Um,
Did the camera die, or does it just go great like that?
Oh.
Oh, Well,
I don't know.
we lost video.
All
It's
right, well,
Hey, if we don't have video, we don't have video.
We're gonna have to cut some parts out.
Yeah.
She also plays Fu in Naruto.
A character also named Fu?
She's Jessica in Rick and Morty.
Really?
Oh.
She's the robot Shannon in OKKO.
Really?
What else? They were so Fu and Nagamitsu, the rapper guy
Yes.
in the purple,
Yeah.
and
Love him.
Steve Bloom, who plays Mugen, those three were the main three characters in a talking animal movie called The Aussie and Ted's Great Adventure.
Really?
Yes.
I had no idea.
And it's like an American-made, or at least Western world-made, like talking live animal movie.
Interesting. Cashing in on the whole anthropomorphic animal.
I don't know
craze.
why those three. They must have just called each other up.
Yeah, they're like, hey.
So weird.
Yeah.
One of my favorite anime of all time is Lucky Star.
Okay.
And a Fu is Kagami Hiragi, which
Nice.
for the Lucky Star heads out there. and then Jean is Shadow the Hedgehog.
Wait, really?
I don't think he's the current voice, but he was like the middle voice for Shadow the Hedgehog.
that's so hot.
He was almost half of the entire cast of Sonic Boom.
Really?
He's Orbot in Sonic. He's Kisame in Naruto. He's Don Patch in Bobobo, and he's the narrator for Bleach.
Really?
Bleach.
Yeah, Bleach.
All three of them are like, besides this, they did
Damn.
like a lot of work.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because Shadow the Hedgehog and Jean seem like such different characters to me in my head, but now that I think about it, their voices are fairly similar. So I was a little taken aback to hear that. I was just kind of surprised.
Sorry, I had to send a text.
That's okay.
I was not ignoring you. I love you.
No, you would never text at the table.
So I think we all like this episode a lot.
I did. This might actually be my favorite episode.
This is
Like this and like 1, 2.
I think this is my favorite episode too.
so far.
I liked it. I like 1 better.
Episode 1?
Yeah.
That's
Episode 1.
Yeah, actually I would agree. Like 1, 9 are
Really?
Yeah, I think episode 1 and episode 9 might be my favorite.
To me, I don't know if I can say a second favorite. I think my favorite's the weed episode.
Okay.
But I think my second favorite is either the beatboxing episode
Yes.
with Nagamitsu,
That's true.
or the one with the thick man, the foreigner guy.
Oh, the guy from Holland?
Yeah, the guy from Holland. I
Yes.
really like that episode.
That was a good one
It's
too.
so goofy and like
It's
the,
so hard
the
to pick a
action's
favorite.
good.
Yeah.
They have to fight without swords in that one, which is like really interesting.
Yeah, that was a good setup.
Yeah.
That's true.
What did you think of this episode as a whole?
I thought it was good.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I enjoyed it.
You know, maybe it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But
It's a
yeah,
good-
I
even though
mean,
this
nothing
is
we
a
haven't
Sam-
said
After
already.
6 months of waiting, that's the first anime review
Yeah, it was
we're getting
alright.
out of
It
Captain
was alright.
Raian.
No, that's what I do in my videos, anyways. Yeah, I mean, nothing that hasn't already like music was good.
Yeah.
Animation was great this episode.
Yeah, it's only 20 years old.
Yeah. Story was like, I mean, it was self-contained.
That's true.
So it was pretty basic because you got to fit like a whole storyline in like 20 minutes. Maybe that's why I like the first one. I like that it like asked a lot of questions, and it was
And
like
it's a two-parter, right?
the
no?
first one.
1 and 2.
No, that's the
Two had the big guy.
That's the guy without the arm guy is in both.
Yes.
Never mind. Sorry,
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah,
But
but
like sort of continuity because they're not a self-contained story, but it's
Yeah.
still.
But
not,
this one
like,
is
part 1,
self-contained.
part 2.
right.
Yeah.
I was kind of like I said earlier, I was kind of like confused if I was even watching the right episode, so I was kind of worried about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. It was
Cool.
good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's as much of a great anime as it is. There's not much you can say about it that hasn't been said without digging deep
Yeah.
into like who the animators are or
Right.
like more about the music production. Like I feel like everything about the show itself, you're right, has been said. But damn, I'm still loving watching it for like a kind of third time.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm glad to be watching for the first time and then having that dynamic where you've seen it and this is like my first time through.
yeah.
And so we can play off each other's knowledge or lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
But we didn't get any closer to learning who the Sunflower Samurai is. But that's fine. It was still a fun episode.
I think Gene did in his hallucinations. I think Gene internally got a little bit closer to the answer.
Yeah.
Whatever that answer may be.
The gears were turning in there.
No, they weren't.
So, what number episode is this?
9.
9. How many are there?
26, I believe.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that's
And
that's like a 1-season anime kind of.
And we've been covering 2 episodes per episode.
Sure.
Yes, except for this is a special episode.
I was just wondering about as far as story progression and plot.
We haven't gotten
And
anywhere.
It's
Yeah.
moved along
And
one
character
time.
development.
I gotta
One
admit,
time.
I like this show, but
Slow burn.
There's a little bit of at least a start. Maybe things will kick up a notch.
Interesting.
Because like they're not necessarily doing the.
They don't really.
Oh really? Okay.
It's like Cowboy Bebop.
I thought Cowboy Bebop was like even somehow more self-contained.
More of an anthology.
Like they have the episodes that relate to the overarching story.
Yeah. Well, they didn't even mention the Sunflower Samurai in this episode.
That's true. Yeah.
This is just a life, like a day in their lives.
Yeah. I just think the Sunflower Samurai story, like has, I don't know, is a little more in control of like the narrative, like the overall narrative, where I didn't really see like the Syndicate story with Cowboy Bebop as like the central crux of everything. You know what I mean? Like it was a story that they told, but I don't know if it's necessarily like the whole show
You're
relied
right.
on it.
You're
Like,
right, because in this one, they're chasing the Sunflower Samurai. But in the other one, the Syndicate was chasing, not Mugen, but Spike.
Spike, yes.
In a way.
Yeah.
Like-
Mugen being his great-great-great-great-grandfather, which we've already established. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know if any of that made sense, but that's how I feel.
No, that makes
Okay.
total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't so crucial to the plot of the anime as a whole.
Right.
Like, this
But-
could have been its own thing.
Right. But it set it up, at least with episode 1, they definitely set it up like, yeah, this is an anime about our quest to find the Sunflower Samurai.
Yes.
But then in the episodes that I've watched, we have not visited that at
right.
all.
Cowboy Bebop, the Syndicate felt less like the quest of the show, to use one of your terms. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right.
And I was going to say, I know you know Christian because you've seen the show before. I would like to hear your theory, Devin, and your theory, Ryan, on who the Sunflower Samurai is to Fu.
Oh, yes. Like
I was going to say, to me, it's either brother, father, boyfriend.
Okay. I'm not going to say anything. I'm
No,
not
you
gonna
don't say it.
Because I already know who it is.
Wait, have you seen it all the way through before?
No.
No, okay.
So I've seen, like I said, the first, 5 episodes, and then
Okay.
episode 9.
Okay, I thought it had been like a long time for you. And then
No.
you just,
You
okay.
missed the Foreigner episode, which is such a shame.
That's true.
That's
That's
the
true.
one
I
time.
mean, I didn't miss it. I'm
You
gonna
missed
go
it
back.
so
Yeah.
far. You missed
Yeah.
it as of now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it's those. I'm sure it could probably be something different. Just in the tiny bit that I've absorbed, I
Yes.
feel like
It's a
it's
family
gotta
member.
be one of the. It's
It's like a male family
brother,
member.
father, boyfriend.
Okay.
Any of those.
I don't know if the Sunflower Samurai is related to Fu. I don't necessarily think that. I think he was responsible for something tragic that happened in her life.
Oh, could be revenge then.
So, and it's funny because even though I think that's how it's going to end up being like, I feel like Fu would still be like angrier at him. I haven't heard like a ton of like.
She's been very neutral about it.
I
She's like,
know.
"Yeah, we gotta-
She's
gotta
like,
find
she's like, I
him."
got to return this charm to the Sunflower Samurai.
Not
I'm gonna
return. She
yeah.
just.
Well, I forget what it. She had
It's
this.
possible that she doesn't even know him.
That's true. Yeah. Like there's some sort of.
She could have heard a legend about the Sunflower Samurai.
Yeah.
And
Like this could be.
Yeah.
This could just be some bullshit she made up.
That's true. That's true. I just somehow like it was this person who got involved in her life somehow, and I think in a tragic way. But for some reason, she is not necessarily seeking revenge. That's like my theory so far.
Maybe she has a question for him.
Just ask him why you did it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very mysterious.
I guess that's part of the intrigue of the show. Is
Because
that's-
I pride myself on being able to suss out relationships and plot points and stuff, and I'm like, hey, that's where that's going, and then I'm usually right. And again, haven't been actively watching, have been passively watching.
Yes.
I cannot put my finger on what her vibe is.
right towards the Sunflower Samurai.
Of the quest.
So
Yeah.
I was watching the outro. Like I've never paid attention to the outro ever.
Yeah.
But I decided to because Devin was like, she makes a silly face, so
Yeah.
I watched
It's
it.
actually a face. it hurts me.
She
when I
makes a
see it.
weird face.
It's a weird face.
But she
I mean,
eats something like sour and
Sure,
makes
sure.
a weird face
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the outro.
With
So
a
in the
little sheep?
outro, you see her mom.
you
And
see your
then,
mom, and then
Mama
and then
food?
like I'm not talking about her mom. Like you see her mom, you see her life before this adventure. You see what she like how she grew up.
Yeah.
And it seems like she grew up in a very like normal lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know?
Although they don't necessarily show like a dad in the picture,
They don't.
but we've seen a flashback in the series itself, not like the intro or outro, where there's some sort of, we assume, dead body, and there's like a blanket covering it, and right before
so
it
we've
reveals
seen
the
her
face.
mom twice now. Well,
We assume it's her
if
mom.
We assume that's her mom.
Yeah, we're not
That
100%
could be
sure.
her older sister.
That's true. Yeah, both in the outro and the sequence in the actual show.
I don't necessarily remember if that is her. I'm assuming that's her mom,
Yeah, me too. That's,
but I don't remember.
Okay.
I
I know. Why should I think about?
Yeah, but you do see sunflowers in the outro,
That's true. Yes, that's true.
so that's interesting.
And
so it's
what
like,
is his relationship to sunflowers?
so like
He smells like them.
Yeah, he just smells really
It
nice.
smells like them.
what is that?
Which I'm thinking might be
Is
like
this
a,
like a rosebud situation?
Yeah.
well, it might be like a core memory that happened in a sunflower field.
It's a canon event.
And now, like, maybe he doesn't actually smell like sunflowers.
That's like
but,
the only place she'd ever
that's
seen
the
the
only
guy.
thing she can relate to him. And
Oh
so,
wow, I didn't think about that.
you know how memories sometimes are not 100% one way or the other, anything. And
Yeah.
it's like, what's the one thing you can tangibly take from that moment? And it could be the smell.
Yeah, I think, not to interrupt you, but like our olfactory sense is actually the closest tied to memory than any of our senses. So like you smell grandma's baked cookies, and you're just like, oh, back at grandma's. I honestly think it's like smell first is the
Sure,
closest,
sure.
most closely linked to memory.
So what I think, and this isn't even like spoiler territory, because I've never watched the outro until recently. I think the outro is the only memory she even has of like her childhood or something, or like because it shows her childhood. It shows a mom or it shows an older woman. It shows her like doing whatever random stuff. It shows her eat a pickled plum. And then it shows the sunflower it shows the sunflowers, and then it shows like a man walk by, or like a something walk by.
Wait, in the outro?
Yeah, there's like a something walking by near the sunflowers.
All
Yes.
right,
Oh,
next
that's right, yes.
episode, y'all better pay closer attention.
Yeah, watch that outro, people. Watch
So
it.
I'm like, is that the only reason she calls the person the Sunflower Samurai? Is because, just like Rachel just said, like that's the only time she's ever seen him.
But then, because doesn't she refer to him as the Sunflower Samurai almost as a title to other people so they can like understand what she's talking about?
And she doesn't
No,
even say
she
Sunflower
says the
Samurai.
samurai that smells like sunflowers.
Yeah,
Yes.
she doesn't even call him the Sunflower Samurai.
Oh,
Does
you're right.
she
you're right.
later?
I think she does later.
Okay.
Okay.
But like, would people even know what she's referring to, or has she been going around just talking about the Sunflower Samurai?
I don't think he actually smells like that, like Rachel was saying. Like,
Okay.
I think that was just a one-time thing, and that's all she has.
But don't people like? Hasn't she said that name to others and they recognize that title rather than it just being part of her memory?
You sure?
I could be totally wrong about this. I thought
When they
maybe in the
point-
Holland
when
episode.
they like point the group in a certain direction, right? They're
Remember
like,
she's
yeah, we know what you're talking about. He was
yeah.
around that area.
Everybody in Japan talks like this, like it's Chicago. Hey, he's over there, you know.
Oh, you don't like this face?
Oh, yes, that's the face.
Can I see the face?
Hold it up to the camera in case it's still recording.
It's not recording.
Oh,
It's
damn
live.
it.
Okay,
sorry.
I understand. Yeah,
I don't know.
that's-
Well, I guess.
Ryan, did you see the face?
Yeah, I saw the face.
Yeah. It's,
Crazy.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's well drawn. It's
So
just I don't know something about him. Just like ooh.
Well, now I'm
It raises
watching-
my hackles.
Now I'm watching the outro.
So now that we've talked about how we all love this episode, well, actually, you were like a bit like medium on this. Like,
I liked it.
Yeah.
yeah,
It
sounded
was
like-
good.
Yeah.
It sounded, it sounded more like you were into like the style of it rather than its place in the series.
Yeah, well, I haven't quite had an episode. Okay, so like I really, really liked episode 1.
Yes.
And it
Yeah.
was like it set me up for the story, and it feels like we just haven't gone on
Yeah.
the story yet.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like still anticipating when we actually like get into things. It felt kind of like the new Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like the first episode, I hyped me up. I loved it. I was ready. I asked so many questions, but
the
then the
rest
rest
of
of
the
Star
series is
Wars
nothing like
didn't
that.
answer any of the questions.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
There he is. That's the Sunflower Samurai.
Okay, so there is a shot of somebody
He's
walking.
in the
through-
outro. That's him, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be right.
It's got to be him.
okay.
Okay.
So like, it exists.
I predict that this show will really hit its stride at episode 13.
I say
I'm putting that
fifth- I'm
prediction.
gonna
Oh
say
yeah,
13.
13's got to be a hot episode.
It's gonna be a hot one. It's gonna be a hot
Mid-season
episode.
finale.
Because
Yeah.
okay, episode
Yeah.
6 was our first hint, and it's like, oh man, he's real. Like the dude's real.
Yes. Yeah.
So maybe like every 6 episodes, like episode 12 or 13, will be another hint, and then another
Yes.
hint, and then you find him.
We're gonna find that goddamn son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
Yeah.
I just think that like the show will hit its stride. I think the show has yet to hit its stride.
Every
that's
time
my
we get a
prediction.
goofy episode like this, I'm like, it's all worth it.
It's all worth it.
Yeah.
It's all worth it, baby.
So before we end this episode, because I mean, we're kind of done.
I think we've reached the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting really long actually.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you just a couple questions about
Okay.
your time as a YouTuber, and I don't mean time in the past. I mean just like you as a YouTuber.
Yeah,
you've
okay,
done,
okay.
you've done some stuff.
I get you.
I want to ask you a couple manga questions.
Okay.
If there were a Samurai Champloo manga, would you buy it?
Ooh, that's tough.
Depends on how much.
Yeah, it depends on how much. I think part of the appeal of Samurai Champloo is like the vibes, which
Yeah.
a lot of that is like the lo-fi hip hop
That's
vibes.
true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
And so I don't know. It's like K-On! I don't know. Have you
no, I haven't seen
consumed
it.
K-On!
I love
So
K-On!
like the appeal of K-On! Is the music. It's a music anime.
The manga's nothing like the anime.
The manga sucks. I have it just because,
No
K-On!
point
holds a
in.
special place.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the manga's not any good, and that's, I mean, you take the music out, I think that's a big part of it. Demon Slayer has phenomenal animation, but the manga's, I really like the manga. It was okay. It was good. It
Mid.
wasn't. But when you add the animation, which they have, I think it's UFO Table that animated it. They went crazy with it. So I think when you add the animation stuff, so I don't know. Samurai Champloo. It's all. I think the animation and the sound and like the music and stuff is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Right now we haven't, as far as much as I've seen, we haven't gotten too much into the story. It seems all like side quests.
Yeah. True.
So I don't know if I would buy the manga based on what I've seen. If I had just watched episode 1, I'd been like, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that I've seen more, I'm
you're
like,
like,
I don't know.
eh.
Let me watch some more and
Yeah.
see if I like it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Cool.
What manga? So I'm
Okay.
asking you one more question, another manga question.
Okay.
I thought about doing a full-on interview, but I realized that this episode would get really long if I did a full-blown interview with you right
It's
now.
okay. It's okay.
But I do have one question.
Yeah.
What manga are you reading now?
Okay, so I'm playing a lot of games right now, so I don't really read much manga right at the moment. But
I'm playing Metroid
the-
Prime.
right,
I'm-
Metroid Prime, Overwatch 2, unfortunately. Sea of Thieves. Yeah, so Berserk is what I'm rereading, and then going past what I've read. Oops, sorry, so far.
I've heard amazing things
It is an amazing series.
from you and everybody else.
It's incredible. So when I first got into manga, I was like Googling, what is the best manga? And
Yeah,
Berserk came up many times. And so I started reading Berserk, and I loved like every bit of it. And there's a very infamous like plot point, and I got right up to it. I didn't actually read through that plot point,
Yeah.
but I knew what was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
But the series was still like really good. Okay, so for people who know, it's the Golden Age arc. So I read basically up until the end, right before the eclipse. And I read all this and I loved it, but then I stopped reading it because I was reading it with the release of the big deluxe editions. I don't know if you've seen them; they're really cool.
Okay, I have not.
They're like these huge books.
Really?
It blows
I've
up
seen
the
them. They're
art.
gigantic.
Damn.
It's like it's got these black. I don't know if it's real leather, but it's probably not. It's like this black leather covers. They've got like
They
the
killed
bookmarks
cows for
inside
this.
of it.
Ooh,
They're
damn.
really cool.
Yeah.
So I was reading those, but they hadn't released there's 3 volumes per deluxe volume, and the eclipse happened at the beginning of the 5th one, and the 5th one was not out when I was reading it.
Mhm.
So anyways, I've been collecting them ever since because I'm like, I know I love this series.
So you haven't been reading them. You
I've been
stopped
reading-
at
I've
a
been
certain point,
collecting
but
them.
you've still been buying them.
Right. So I think there's like 11 or 12 out now. I might
Yeah.
even go up to 13. But
It's like when you buy a Steam game, you're like, I will play this.
right,
Yeah.
right. So I finally, unlike Steam, I finally went back and started playing or started reading.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I've read through the Eclipse and some after that,
Yeah.
and it's It's wild. It's
wild.
crazy. It's
Alright,
crazy stuff. I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna have to read that one eventually.
You probably will. It's very dark. It's nothing like Samurai Champloo.
Yeah.
It's very dark in for mature audiences.
Mhm.
But I love that about it.
I've been reading a lot of comic books at night, like in bed, because I'm like, well, if I'm not allowed to play video games, I'll just do the next best thing and like read comic books.
Yeah.
It's like, because I can't play video games in bed anymore because I stay up too late playing video games in bed. So I'm like, all right, I'll just read comic books. And like that's been really cool to like get into a world that I actually hadn't really got into. Like I didn't really read comic books at all.
What are you reading?
Right now, I'm reading through Batman Mad Love. I
nice.
just started.
I have that.
Do you really? Because
Yeah.
I just finished Batman Hush. And I enjoyed Batman Hush, but I really enjoying this one so far because it's got like Bruce Timm as like the
The art's amazing.
yeah, the art because it reminds me of like the old animated series that I've watched.
Well, it's identical.
It's the same.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing.
And I mean, I really did enjoy Hush, but they're almost two different Batman like stories.
It's so different.
It's
Yeah.
very interesting to, I guess, witness Devin read comics for the first time ish because he's always surprised by how women are drawn.
Yeah, I'm like, Rachel, look at this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I
I know.
shouldn't be surprised at this point, but still, every once in a while, I'm just like, wow.
Especially in Mad Love. I mean,
That's true.
yeah.
It's all about Harley.
personally, I'm currently reading The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You.
Ooh.
It's really cute.
Yeah, you sent me a Snapchat.
I was
Of
going
it.
to say, it
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like a Markiplier dating game.
It's probably a similar vibe.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was gonna. At first, I thought it was gonna be cringe, but then it was really funny.
Sure.
And then I thought it was gonna be stressful because he has to ask out a bunch of girls.
Oh, no.
But after like the fourth one, like they stop introducing any drama into it, and they're just like, yeah, we're all cool with it.
Yeah.
And he just keeps going from there.
Wow.
He has so many girlfriends. Right now,
He can't stop.
Right now, he has like
I
8
was gonna say,
girlfriends.
yeah.
Like he only has 8, and I'm like, man, this cast is getting intense.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
when they do like group activities, like him
Sure.
and all his girlfriends,
you go mini golf.
and it's like
bowling.
kind of
Sure.
it's all like really like normal stuff.
It's like the group date part of The Bachelor.
Yes, actually.
You know what I mean? Where they all have to go on a date at like the same time with the
Yeah.
Bachelor
But
or Bachelorette.
I saw a panel where like all 30 girlfriends have a reaction to something, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be the best manga of all time. So that's what I'm reading. Are you reading anything, Rachel? But this is the reading section where we wrap up and then.
Oh, I'm reading. It's not a. Oh my god! It's not a manga or a comic book. It's a nonfiction history of rum and how the Europeans and Americans colonized the Caribbean,
Ooh,
as told through
sophisticated.
discoveries of different types of rum.
Yes.
Nice.
Interesting.
You know, we have an interesting, diverse.
Yeah, diverse group here. We got 3 anime weirdos and
Well, yeah.
Rachel. Just kidding.
Thank you.
Well, we have 2. Well, actually, you're reading. So Captain Raian is reading a very well-respected manga that's been going on for the ages. I'm reading.
Sure.
Cultured masterpiece.
I'm
Yeah.
reading
You're reading.
100 Girlfriend Harem anime manga.
Yeah. Immaculate taste.
You're reading some classic Batman stories.
Yeah.
And
And then you're reading literature.
I will say on my list, and I have already bought them, is not a manga either. I thought it was going to be. Was happily surprised, I guess. Vampire Hunter D.
I've never read it.
The books.
A light
Oh,
novel?
I've never read it.
Light
They're-
novels?
Yeah. I'm
Gotcha.
very excited because I loved the movies.
Okay.
Awesome.
I haven't consumed Vampire Hunter D, but light novels are
It's good.
they're good
I
stuff.
just thought they'd be mangas because I didn't do any research.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
was
wait a minute,
hey,
it's
it'll
just
probably
words.
look like the movie that's free on YouTube.
Yeah.
no, it's just a book.
It's just a book. In fact, 3 books.
3 books.
So what do you say, guys? Should we wrap this up?
I think we
Duh.
should.
All right. Thank you all, and thank you both.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
and I'm so
Thanks for
sorry.
having us.
No, did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Awesome.
good. Wow, that was enthusiastic. Okay.
I had a lot of fun too.
Yeah, this was a blast. This was a roller coaster ride.
You guys were fantastic guests.
Thank you. You guys
And
are
you guys are
fantastic hosts.
fantastic
Yep.
hosts, even
Thank
though
you
you're
so
both
much.
high.
I'm coming down now.
I
I'm coming down.
think I'm starting to pull together here, believe it or not.
Sure.
As hard as it is to believe.
Although I don't know, I haven't stood up yet. We'll see.
That's true.
Right. You haven't moved in over an hour.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right.
How'd we do? Hour 40? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
About 20 minutes of that was like talking about the visuals of this podcast. So just cut
Yeah.
those out. We're fine.
Yeah. Just we'll get it in post.
All right. Everybody, thank you so much for listening to this episode, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yay!
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, is that really loud? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Samurai Champloo podcast.
It wasn't loud. I was just so happy to hear that voice again. Like, hello. How you would like introduce every new classics play.
It just shows the craftsmanship of Stop and Shop bread. It's just not there, you know.
Okay. I'm writing the Fun Piece podcast an email because they brought up Pride and Prejudice in their last canonical episode, and we were driving to Tampa from Orlando, and Devin was sleeping, so I couldn't vent to him about it. But I have a lot of things to say, so I'm gonna shoot off this email real quick before they record.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I'll just read my email. It's really quick right now, but basically, I align with the Mike mindset that it's important to be a hater at all costs, because everyone's opinion is equal and valid and important.
Does she sound good to everybody?
Yes.
Even if you do have an opinion of a hater, I think that's still important. But I just would maybe like to change their minds about why Pride and Prejudice is not just about rich people farting around in the countryside doing unimportant things.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
This is a
Ty.
Mike
This is
podcast.
this is
We-
yeah.
Keep talking.
Screw Mike. We don't like Mike.
Why haven't you played Kingdom Hearts?
It's cause
Too much lore.
No. It's because we didn't have a PlayStation growing
Too much lore in the phone game.
up. Yeah. The most lore heavy game is the mobile game for Kingdom Hearts.
Can't be having that.
Yeah. No. It's also because it's scattered across different. Consoles nowadays. Back when it first came out, it was like PS2 exclusive.
Don't turn your head to talk to me.
Okay, sorry.
The mobile
Stop
game
talking to
has
the mic.
more lore than the actual game.
That's what I've heard. I don't even know much about Kingdom Hearts lore, but that's
It's
what
true.
I've heard.
Perhaps
from
not that
the historian.
exact.
It's
but
true.
there's a lot of important lore that is in the mobile game
Yes.
that
Okay.
you need to know for future games that came
Okay.
out after the mobile game.
So when I think of mobile game, I think of like Flappy Bird
Yes.
and
No,
like
yeah.
Paper Toss and
I mean,
Fruit Ninja,
We are
and I'm just
same
like,
that, buddy.
No, it's same platform really.
Same platform. It doesn't look very good.
No, it doesn't.
The game itself,
wow, okay.
gameplay's not good, but there's lore.
That's
Look at how low his has to be compared to everybody else.
because I'm that loud.
Just talk in a normal voice.
No, do your thing.
No,
You're
no.
good.
This is my
This
mom.
is what-
My mom says I have like a
All right,
voice
everybody's
that
on.
carries.
All right, we're
Everybody's
testing
on.
this.
All right, so everybody just talk over each other.
Okay, everybody's
Alright,
just
we're talking
over
each other.
This is what I hear in my
It's
head
gonna
all
be
the
awful
time.
if you have to
This is
call
so
subtitles.
cool.
Like
Yeah.
we're just gonna
Oh my
give
God,
up
I
right at
love
the
this.
beginning.
Number three,
It's
whoever
like
that
there's no
is, really
point in
low.
even adding
And
subtitles
we're
if
gonna
you wanted
lower
to.
that
Like,
and
it's
lower
like
this
not
and lower
like
that.
really-
Yeah, I don't know.
Your
Subtitles are
headphones
great.
And I think that, oh my God, he's still too high.
Crazy
How is
on
Devin
this.
so
As soon as everyone's
fucking
quiet, someone's gonna say
I was
something
watching a
like,
giant
"This is
video
why
of
mom
it
doesn't
earlier
love
Oh
you."
man.
And I
Okay,
don't know
well,
what
you
happened
know
with
what?
Are we still
the-
going?
Why
Oh
is this
my
great?
But the font
goodness.
size
This
Why
like
is it
this.
so
awful.
loud?
Why is
Stop.
I could not.
Thank you.